Okay, so let's individually go through your debt and let's see what you actually have, your actual debt, the loans, the lines, okay? Do you pay rent or do you have a mortgage?
I have a mortgage on the timeshare.
Okay, so how much is the mortgage on the timeshare?
So the outstanding balance is $25,574.
Okay.
And a monthly payment of $431.07. Then I have Greenwood Credit Union.
Okay. Is that a credit card or is that a loan?
Nope, that's a loan. That's $9,206.
Okay.
And $167 a month.
All right.
Then I have furniture, $2,922.
All right, and then the monthly payment?
$54.
Okay.
Then I have Wells Fargo.
Okay.
And that is $2,066 with a payment of $383.
Okay.
Then I have Citizens Bank, $4,888 with a monthly payment of $152.
So that was $4,888.
Yes.
What was the payment?
$152.
All right.
And that is it for that.
Okay.
And then I did take out a home equity line of credit.
Okay.
That has a credit line of $75,000.
Okay.
And I just moved I had a couple of credit cards that I moved into there.
Okay.
So the balance there is $12,000. I think it's like $12,400. And the payment, it's an interest only for like the first 3 years. So I think my first payment was $44.
All right. And what's the interest rate on that?
6.99.
Okay, that's good. Okay. You've got a pretty easy fix here. Let's look at this. So you have
I'm like, okay, what have I done?
You have income at $3,100. So your living expenses are $1,516 and your debt payments are $12,084. So that is $2,800 for total expenses every month. We're going to start with your HELOC because your HELOC is going to be your debt weapon. It's what we're going to use to start wiping out some debt. So are you currently using the HELOC income and expenses out like I teach in the videos?
So I just got that, and I just started this past week of, just trying to put as many things on my credit card as I can. And I didn't put my whole paycheck in, but I wanted to have this because I get paid now on Friday. So I wanted to kind of understand what I was doing here.
Okay.
And then that's my goal, is to do just what you show is, the whole paycheck will go in.
Okay, so do you get paid weekly, bi-weekly, or monthly?
Bi-weekly.
Bi-weekly. Okay, good. So it's going to be half of the $3,100.
Correct.
Okay, so starting then, when you get paid this week, your income into this line, and it's going to be a total of $3,100 per month. People are always asking me, how do I divide that up? How do I figure out how to pay expenses along with putting the income in bi-weekly?
Well, that's where I'm stuck. I think that doesn't make sense. I'm never going to get to do it. So.
What is the limit on this HELOC?
$75,000.
The fact is that you have plenty of money to pay your bills with this line of credit. You're only using $12,400. So when you look at a line of credit, try to imagine that it is your checking account. All of your income is going to go in there. All of your expenses are going to come out. It doesn't matter when those expenses come out. Your income is going to go in and cover that back up, and then you're going to have the cash flow that's going to start working the balance down, okay?
And then the whole idea too for me with getting the HELOC and the amount that I got it for was I do want to get rid of that timeshare because that interest rate is 15.99.
Wow, okay. So you have $300 cash flow if we figure up your numbers here. When your income goes into this, you're going to pay your expenses out, but your cash flow is going to stay in there. So that's what's going to be paying off this total balance, okay? That means $9,300 would be your actual balance, but now you're going to be paying out expenses. So your total expenses are $2,800, but this is this payment of $44 is going to be satisfied when you enter your income, okay? Okay, so we're starting with the HELOC, 12,400. And we're going to work on doing the timeshare, 25,574. Okay, so your cash flow is going to increase. The cash flow right now is 300. Your total expenses are 2,800, but we get to subtract 431 and 44. So it's 2325 for your new expenses. So 37,974 is your balance. You subtract out what your income is going to be. So this is income one, 34,874, your new balance. We're going to have to add in your expenses, 2325. Let's add in interest, $204. So 37,403 is going to be the balance after your expenses and interest pay out. Your 3,100 and income will go in again. This is month two, 34,303. So the expenses and some interest again. So approximately $200 in interest. How long do you have left on the timeshare?
I just got it, so it's like 15 years or something.
Okay, 15 years and it's 15%.
Yeah, 15.99.
Wow. So 36,828 would be your balance here. So 36,828. We're going to bring in your income for month three. $33,728. So let's figure out what it's going to be when you finally get this paid off. Let's figure out how many months it's going to be till total payoff, just doing it this way. So the interest would be about $197. 36,250 would be running balance on this month. Then your income for month four, bringing you to 33,150, meaning that you'll have $675 basically going into this fund to pay it down every month. So by month four, you're going to have the balance of 33,150, and it would take you about 44 and a half months to pay this off in full. So you're talking about 4 years compared to, what'd you say, 15 years?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the difference.
Okay. Yeah, that's huge.
Yeah, that's the difference. So the timeshare was going to take 15 years. Now you're looking at a total of 4 years to get rid of the HELOC balance and the timeshare. When you pay off the Wells Fargo credit card in June, that's going to gain you the $383, which means that this now is going to be paid off in 33 and a half months. Less than 3 years. See, that's what's so amazing, and I can't scream this loud enough. You were put into a 15-year loan, and all you had to do was transfer it into a LIEN to get it down to 3 years. That's just crazy. I mean, I don't care how you look at it. People cannot say that transferring from a loan into a LIEN isn't an absolute miraculous event when you're dealing between a loan and a LIEN. They're two different animals. One eats up your money and your wealth and your future. The other helps you pay off the debt and be done with it.
Right. Which is what I'm definitely looking forward to, because like I said, I was kind of working on a remodel for my house, so I would like to finish that off. Because I have about 12 years before I retire, so I kind of wanted to kind of upgrade my house a bit, and because I've been there for 25 years, so I wanted to do that, and then just like I know, in the next year or two, I'm probably going to need to get a new roof, which also kind of played into getting the whole equity line and for the amount that I got it for. Keeping in mind that I'm going to need that new roof, I wanted to put that timeshare in there.
Right. Well, what you need to remember too is when, let's say you get the new roof and everything, as long as you're doing it in, increments, and you're not loading this thing up, you're not going to be paying $200 a month in interest. So this is just on a large amount of the 37.9.
Yeah.
Okay. So you still are going to be able to work down almost $38,000 in 4 years. No, you're going to work it down in less than 4 years, more like 3 years, just on the income you're going to have and the cash flow based on June and the payoffs that you're going to do.
And that's not taking into account getting an increase in income every year.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that you've got a good setup. You just got to make it happen.
Just because I feel like, okay, when I sit down to do it all, I want to make sure, like you said, that I'm doing exactly what you said, and not just, okay, money's going in and the same money's paying the credit card.
Right.
It's going in and paying the credit card, because that's, I think, in my mind, what I saw happening, and that's what kind of freaked me out a little bit. I'm like, oh, wait a minute. Maybe this is a step here.
The HELOC is much easier. The HELOC and the PLOC are much easier to use than just using a credit card, because all of our income can go in here and all of the expenses can come out. Whereas with a credit card, only your living expenses that you can charge are going to go in there.
Okay. But the one thing I kind of liked about that was I felt that was doing a little bit of double duty, because then it would get paid off every month, and then that would increase my credit score, and plus I'd get points.
Oh, absolutely. And you should, because that's going to help your cash flow to work down that credit card. So it would be a good idea for you to do both strategies, the credit card and using the HELOC. Okay. Yeah, and if you get cash rewards, it's also going to give you some rewards back.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know if it has cash rewards. I know it has perks and stuff, and like I said, for me, it's more the points. Mm-hmm. And then this way here, to be able to get free flights instead of having to pay, that big expense.
Yeah.
I am trying to plan a trip for the end of the summer, and it would be amazing if I, didn't have to pay for airfare, or if I could pay for a half,
right,
or whatever, just in points. So I was just kind of thinking I could make it work double duty.
Yeah, that would be great. Yeah, absolutely. Okay. So points, cash rewards, whatever it is that you want off of a credit card, charge everything you can onto this first, then just turn around and pay it off with the HELOC.
Okay, perfect. That was my thought, but like I said, I think the step I was missing was the cash flow. Mm-hmm. The cash flow is what was bringing it down, because I was thinking, okay, I'm putting it all on a credit card, and then it's coming all, then my pay covers that. So how does it ever go down?
Right.
But that's the point. That was the step I was missing.
Well, now
the cash flow is what will bring it down.
Right, but when you're using this HELOC, you can be grabbing $1,000 at a time of that and throwing into here as well. Because if you're putting $1,000 on Citizens, you're not only taking care of satisfying that 152 payment, okay? You're going to be bringing that balance down and pulling some of it over here. So your expenses could be going in to gain your rewards that you want, the points, but it's also getting paid off every month. So, there's all kinds of ways to use this HELOC.
Okay, that's interesting.
Yeah, even if it's 500 extra. So if your expenses are 2,000, you put in 2,500, you're still going to be working down that credit card while you're gaining your points.
Right. Okay. No, I like that idea.
Yeah.
A lot.
That way you're not having to.
That's what I was thinking, but like I said, I was kind of missing the step of the cash flow. Mm-hmm. And like I said, I just kind of went into like a panic mode.
No.
Thinking, oh my God, wait a minute. So I'm like, okay, I have to reach out.
Right.
Okay.
And that's also going to stop any interest that you're paying on that card. It's going to be knocking that down as well, the interest charges.
Right, because I'll just pay it off in full every month.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now it makes much more sense now.
Good.
I appreciate
I'm
your
glad.
time. Thank you.
You're welcome.